So the rear end is halfway in. I got to get new subframe bolts for both sides because I accidentally stripped the driver's side one. But it's located right down behind this plastic piece. Right here, that bolt. And on the other side there's a nut. This side was actually more difficult because if you can see, the bushing's not the whole way in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the bolt up there, and I'm going to see if it will squeeze the bushing the rest of the way in. If not, it doesn't matter. It's still most of the way in. So the reason it was hard to line this side up was because this side didn't line up as well because it was actually pushed back, and the other side's the whole way in. All I have to do is put the springs in, which are in the car. Right there, they're getting ready to be put in either tomorrow or Wednesday. They'll be in. But I also had to run new brake line. And actually, I went to A&G and I got 78 Malibu brake bleeders, or the hose, this little bolt right there. But it didn't fit right, and I didn't feel comfortable enough to drill out the hole to squeeze that little bolt in, or to sand the little nub right here. So I just decided to put the old ones on. My dad bent up the line. It's not the way it was, but it's on. This piece right there, that chrome black, that's actually from a 78 Malibu, and it's supposed to, you see that the hole? It's actually supposed to squeeze up between here, and there's a little lock washer that is in the car. It was sitting back here. But I cut the lines right there. Well, you can't see them, but, well, maybe. Yeah, they're right there. And I got new brake line and stuff already bent up. It's in the house. And after this, there's a bolt in the transmission pan that I broke, and I actually have an easy out, so I can take out that old bolt. I also got an extremely bad sunburn thanks to this little car. And you can move this around, which you shouldn't be able to. So I think I compressed the spring a little bit too much and squeezed oil out of here. So I'm going to oil that up also. But just a couple more things I got to do is, well, one, the ABS sensors. They don't work anyways, but I mean, it's better than having them just flop around. They have to be there for inspection. But I just finished putting this in, buy new bolts, tighten everything up, make sure it's tight. I gotta zip tie that little plate, or not plate, but plastic panel. It goes under the gas tank. Yeah, brakes, bolts, tighten everything. Fix that transmission bolt, and then put the wheels on, take my driver's test, hopefully pass it. I can't thank enough. My neighbor actually bought me a ratchet strap. Like 10 o'clock last night, he ran to Walmart and bought me a ratchet strap, and he didn't want me to pay for it, so I got it for free. And we tried using it. What we did was, my dad ran to his car and bought this real thick, like heavy duty, like 3-inch ratchet strap. He hooked it into here, where the pads go, and we went all the way up to the front wheel and hooked it in this hole. And jacked it up a little bit, and it slid in. I've never had to deal with something that big of a pain. Normally it would just slide in, but I'm guessing since the bushing's not the whole way in yet, that's why it managed to be such a pain. That's my car for right now. Hopefully by Friday, or hopefully by like Wednesday or Thursday, it'll be completely done. And I'll be able to drive it. Ooh, and I'll also have to get a valve stem wrench, the little thing on the inside of the valve stem, this thing that holds air, the pressure. It's loose a little bit, which is why it sticks out more than it should. And I'm losing air pressure in the front tire, so it's losing some air. You can squeeze the tire and move it around, so, well, not move it around, but you can see that it needs air. It's clearly flat. And after I do everything, take my driver's test, hopefully pass it, I'm going to get new fenders, probably a new hood, definitely new headlights. Those things are ugly. This one's like perfectly fine. This one's a yellow. New bumper, new front grille, because I'm missing the Volkswagen emblem. And then I'm buying paint, primer, epoxy, clear coat, all the stuff to paint the car. Definitely sandpaper, because I don't have enough sandpaper to sand this whole thing down again. Well, I didn't have enough sandpaper to sand down half of the car again. But, well, new side markers. I'm thinking about getting yellow ones. The whole car is going to be like a Pepsi blue. Pretty close to what my jack stands look like. And, yeah. Oh, I also have to hook up the emergency cable. It works fairly good, so I'm not going to just not hook it up. When you need the emergency brake, it's kind of a necessity. I am, however, well, I gotta wash the car, there's bird crap on it. I gotta, however, keep these because they look nice. Like, I like them. And they were brand new. I did a lot to this little car. Transmission, what I'm doing now, I did struts, brakes, tie rod in, the filter like 8 times. Not just in this transmission, but like in the old one too, because I wasn't sure why it was slipping real bad. My reverse was drive, so I decided to just replace it to see if that would work. Definitely need brake fluid. I got .5, it calls for .4, but there's not really a big difference. Yeah, this is my little car. I got some offensive stickers. I got some funny stickers. If you follow me on Instagram, put the hashtag #NoFatHose, car rides low. Put that on the back window. My friend Philip actually got that made for me. I thought of it at work. I thought it was funny. I got the no solicitors, no smoking, suck me. I got Trump riding the scooter. I got Trump, the suck me, and this one. Oh, I forgot the one on the side. And this one from Zoomies in Maryland. They're like $5 a piece. But I got that one. And this one just more recently. Like our last trip, I got the Trump riding the scooter one from the one before. But I love this little car. Underneath, it's really clean. There's no rust whatsoever, and everything's like just bare. Like I'm gonna undercoat it, definitely. I'm gonna rip all the interior out. I'm gonna undercoat the interior. There's a ratchet strap he bought me. I was gonna put the glass pack and the fart can on it, but there's nowhere to mount it, and I'm not welding, so I would, but my welder's not here. And even if I were to weld it, it wouldn't look good because the welder's crap. I'm a phenomenal welder. There's nothing on the car that I have welded, but my previous car, I welded rocker panels all the time. It didn't even look like it was touched. Just got, well, I didn't just get them, but I got a 12 behind the passenger seat that's moving behind my seat, and I got two 10s and a 12 in the back. They're not hooked up yet, or I'd show you guys. That shift knob was already on here when I bought the car. The radio was in here when I bought the car. I broke the radio because now you can just move it around and the knob comes off every once in a while. So I got all my extra, well, not extra, but got all my parts in that box. Jack, springs, whatever. But hopefully I'm able to drive it sometime this week. Alright, if you liked the video, this is my first video on this channel. I locked out of my old one. If you like this video, comment, subscribe, share, like it. If you want to see more about it, just stay updated. Definitely consider following it, because I'm doing all this work myself. Other than I didn't put the transmission in myself, I had my friend put it in. I paid him and his dad like $300 to put it in. Hopefully it runs fairly good. That's the cobwebs. That's how you know it's been sitting for long. Alright. That's my car. It's not pretty, but there it is.